Hey there, it's Amy. I hope you're doing well. I'm here to share with you today a Sisterhood of the Traveling journal that I have done. It is for a new group that I joined, and we just started in June. And this is a Disney theme, if you can't tell by looking at the cover. So, for this journal, I'm going to walk you through how I constructed it, and maybe I will save that for last, actually. So, this journal um, is a Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal Disney theme, as I stated. There are 10 of us in the group. So, this is mine that I am sending out today to the first person on its journey. So, it will go to 9 other ladies, and they will add in their 2-page spread about themselves, and then they will also fill out. I have interactive pages in here that they will fill out and then add some pages themselves, some layouts. That's if you're not familiar with a traveling journal and how it works. So this is 8.5 by 5.25, and it is a album that I bought, and I did have to reconstruct it, if you will. So I have added larger binding wires to it. And then I had to do a cover for it because when I bought it, it was basically a very lightweight, if you will, chipboard. And it was actually, I don't even think it was that. It didn't even feel like 60-pound cardstock. It's very flimsy. So I had to basically create a cover on my own. And I did that by using like a medium weight chipboard. And then I covered it in this polka dot fabric, which I got this from Dollar Tree. And then this is leftover from a little golden book that I had. This basically, this strip, if you can tell, is leftover from fabric that I bought from Joann's, and it's been a couple years now. So the actual album came completed, but it had 60 pages. I've taken some out because true fashion style for Amy is nothing can ever be flat. It's just not who I am. So it's already super thick. I've added the largest wires that I have, which is 1.25, but it's probably going to be like this when it gets back, and that's okay. I'm totally fine with it. So yeah, this is the cover, and there is a pocket here, and I do that because I thought it might be nice that I might tuck in here a little note, but otherwise this is just fabric. And then I did stitch around it, and I did add these little book corners to it. So let's get into it. The paper that I used for this is a couple, 3 different brands. So this paper, sorry for the crinkle. Oopsie. This paper is from this paper pack. It is years old, and I believe this is Sandylion. So yeah, this is Sandylion paper, and I don't know if you can tell. Let me pull this out. This is some vintage book page, but these are the papers that it came with, and it's pretty old. I don't know the date on it, but anyhow, that's paper pack. I used that, and I also used Echo Park's Wish Upon a Star 2 and Wish Upon a Star, the first series. And I also used, hold on, I dropped it, this paper pack, which this came, I believe this is, sorry, from American Crafts. I'm pretty sure. No, EK Success, which is American Crafts, and it's really old as well. I think I got this like it was like a half pack I got years ago from like a yard sale. So I don't know how old these are. Like, I don't think they make them anymore. Anyhow, so just to give you an idea of the paper that is used on the inside. First page, I have a little pocket here, and this is my letter, just introducing and welcoming the sisters to my journal. And then I have my address at the bottom, and just I kind of go through giving them, I guess you could say, instructions, if you will, very loose instructions, because when I do these journals, I appreciate all creativity, and I want everybody to just enjoy the process. I don't want it to be rigid. This is some ephemera that I got from Joann's before they closed. This right here is a little shaker that I made using a KS Craft mini album Mickey head like die. And then I filled it with some polymer clay bits, which are, I don't know if you can see, I'll bring it up to the camera. Let's see, it's Mickey and Minnie, and then little Mickey pants, and there's hearts and the little Mickeys there. So anyhow, super cute. Would I do it again? No, little bulky. Next page, which is my check-in page, I said autographs, and I've used that paper, which I thought was cute. It has all the characters, classic characters, signatures, and then this is a sign-in where the ladies will sign in when they receive the journal. I also have this little polka dot trim on the edge. I love polka dots. Okay, the next page is the like where you would add a photo of yourself. I did cover mine. This I don't know everybody. This is a brand new group to me. I don't know everybody that this is traveling through, but I went ahead and covered it because I know some people don't. How do I say this? Some people don't mind if you share, and some people do. And I just covered mine just in case because I didn't want anyone to feel like they felt obligated. And I gave an example, and I discussed that. I've already discussed that with them. So if they want to cover it, they can. It is what it is. It's just a picture of me. I'll share it with you because I don't mind. That's me. But anyhow, that's me. This was at Christmas, and yes, I am wearing mini ears, which is very rare. Normally, I wear a hat. Over here it just says, "Oh boy, Disney friends are the best. Grab a tag, pass the magic, and share your favorite picture." And then in here I have a little pocket, and then I said, "Surprise, take one." And in here I just have the Phantasmic and like old Hollywood studios, if you will, as you can see, and it's just stickers for them, some vinyl stickers. So let me tuck that back in. This next, oh, I forgot to add. This is a cupcake pick that I just pulled the toothpick part out, and I used a little ribbon clamp, if you will, and did an eyelet and a little ring just to make it like a charm on the edge. Just thought it was cute, and it does match that. Oh boy, sometimes I'm too matchy. Anyhow, this is a map from Magic Kingdom in Disney World. And then over here, my whole book is kind of themed as like you're a cast member, and it's kind of centered around the park, or parks, I should say. So that's why it says, "Welcome cast members, grab a name tag and fill in your name, city, and state." And so in this little pocket here, I just have the little name tags all cut out. It is for Disney World. I did not do Disneyland. And then this does flip open, and I asked everybody to share their socials. And I don't do TikTok, but I have, YouTube and Instagram. Not very active. I'm trying. I'm really working on it. It's a struggle. And down here is my name tag. Okay, the next page, I asked for Disney quotes and inspiration, and I've added two to start with. And these are from Wonder Doodles, and they do their own drawings of like Disney characters, and I just think they're really whimsical and fun. And so, yeah, I've added these two right here. Super cute. And then I have this little trim on the edge, this little ruffle trim. The next page is which Disney track activates your inner Broadway star. And then this is using vintage sheet music. And then this is from the Echo Park paper pack. And it's just like the sticker, for like edges, like whatever. Words escape me today. And then I've added in here songs, just maybe for inspiration. And then these are all Dollar Tree labels, and I thought they were great because you can add your name at the top and then write your songs. And then this is just a Disney lyrics quiz questions if they want to do that. So yeah, super fun. The next page is my favorite movie. This is using the Echo Park paper pack. And then I die cut all of these like little film strip pieces and or negatives. And then I've added in my favorite movie there, and I thought they can just tuck them in there. The next page is let's snack. And, at Disney, there's a lot of different snacks in the park. But if you haven't been to a park, you can still just share your favorite snack. Again, I did kind of center it upon like being in a park. But over here on the edge, I just laminated all the snacks, which these are kind of like the typical snacks that people usually, talk about when they go to Disney. So there's a Rice Krispie treat. There's a turkey leg, a Dole Whip, Mickey pretzel, churros, popcorn, Mickey waffles, and then a Mickey bar. And then I did mine up here. And it's got some trim here. This is which Disney ride is worth the wait. And so this is all magic, or not magic, excuse me, Walt Disney World rides. And the reason why is because you've got Test Track, which is at Epcot. You've got Tron, which is at Magic. You've got Guardians at Epcot. I mean, you do have rides like Toy Story, Buzz, Space Mountain, Haunted, Little Mermaid. Those are at Disneyland and other parks, but this is more so centered on World. But my favorite ride is Cosmic Rewind, best ever. The next one is make your own Disney ears. And then down here, I did add this little charm. I just think these are so cute. Hopefully that won't become an issue. And then I went ahead and left them all just cut about. They're printed on cardstock. And I thought it's easier to color in and then they can cut them out themselves and decorate. But I didn't want to cut them out in advance. I was worried about these ripping or getting bent. Here's mine just for reference. I just colored mine in with black magic marker and I added my, again, polka dots. Love polka dots. I don't wear mini ears too much. Mostly I'm wearing a hat just because it's, sunny. Anyhow. Oh, and I forgot to say this paper, let me see if I can share it with you, is basically vintage Disneyland tickets. And I have stitched on 6 clear pockets. So they can tuck their ears in there. I can't wait for this to come back. I think it's going to be really fun to see how everybody decorates their ears. And even if you haven't been to the park and, or, you don't wear ears, because seriously, I probably only have like 4 pairs, but I just thought still, it's just fun to decorate, just have fun. If you were to get a pair. The next page is Fun Disney Facts, and I've used vintage book page from a Disney storybook, and then I used washi tape for the edges to fill in. I've got some lace trim here. And then I've added my fun Disney fact down here, and then I've used some polka dotted washi tape, and then they can flip it because when you get 10 on here, it's either going to have to be small or we're going to have to like do it like this. So hopefully people will understand, hey, yeah, you can flip up and people can put other ones underneath. But yeah. Oh, and mine, just a quick little thing is if you're a Disney fan, then you know that Disney started with Oswald the Rabbit. But yeah, he lost the rights to Oswald, and that's when he created Mickey Mouse. On the next page is kind of like a dedication to Peter Pan. And so you've got, your Tinkerbell here. So it's Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. And when you go to parks, a lot of people will talk about pixie dust, and pixie dust is maybe something good happened to you. Maybe you received some pixie dust. It could be anything, but I just kind of did my take. And so I've got in here is some stickers, lots of vinyl stickers. So there's just many different kinds. There's a castle. There's Sam, A Salute to All Nations. I love him from Muppets. So happy that the Muppets coaster is open. It takes people to make the dream a reality. There's Kermit, powered by pixie dust. These are the signs when you go to Walt Disney World. There's Olaf dressed as Mary Poppins. There's another one in here, Bert from Mary Poppins. So yeah, it's just fun. And then this is a leave page. This is my favorite page in the journal, I think, and it's based off the Hollywood Studios Villains show. So if you have been there, then you know that it's the magic mirror on the wall, which is what the evil queen uses, magic mirror, for who's the fairest of them all. But in the show, what they have it as, who's the most misunderstood villain of all? And the mirror talks about how all of the villains are talking to him, and they're not really villains, they're just misunderstood. And so they have characters, like live characters that come out, and they have a little dance routine, if you will, and numbers, they're singing. And then you, as the audience, get to vote for who you think is the most misunderstood villain of all. And so it's got Cruella in it, it's got Captain Hook, it's got Maleficent. I don't want to give it all away, but so it does change each time. So like one time maybe Cruella wins, maybe one time, Captain Hook wins. Not all these characters are live there. I wish that would be super cool, but anyhow, it's a fun little show. Definitely check it out if you go to Hollywood Studios. So that's why I have Magic Mirror on the wall. Who's the most misunderstood villain of all? And then I say, vote for your favorite villain. And then when you flip it over, I've got all the ones that you see with the frames around them with their names. You can vote, and then we're going to total it up and see who the winner is. So yeah, I love this page. I don't know. It's a fun little show, like I said. The next page is a take kind of on like the Mad Hatter, the teacup ride. And I have, pick your poison. And then I did this little charm here, the drink me charm. And then my drinks right up here are black coffee, pog juice, which is passion fruit, orange juice, and guava juice combined together. And we get that when we go to Disney. Also, if you didn't know or you just want to try it, Trader Joe's sells it in a can. It's not the exact same, but it's pretty good. I drink a lot of water mostly. LaFru's Brew, which is from Gaston's Tavern, and then the Night Blossom, which is right here. This is at Animal Kingdom. It's great. You can find it in Pandora. It's fabulous. So yeah, everybody can just pick a teacup and put it in there. And then these are the pages for them to add in, a spread. And then this is my About Me page. And so in typical fashion, I've kind of got my vintage. I love vintage. I like my polka dots, but it is Disney themed. I've got my favorite down here, which is Tigger. And then I have this little, you can only pick three, and I've circled Big Thunder, Guardians, and Slinky Dog because I love thrill rides. This is a vintage Disneyland press. They used to have those that you could pick up, like little newspapers. And then these are from Disneyland too. They're just vintage, printable lottery like type tickets that they had from the 35th anniversary. And I don't have anything on the back yet because when I get my journal back, I plan to write and share pictures and so forth there. So I didn't want to completely fill it up. But yeah, I have some quotes in here and stickers and fun. And then this is that KS Craft die cut mini album I was talking about. And then I have a photo of me here, which I will share. Actually, it's a collage. And so this is, I think they're all from, yeah, this is all from World. But yeah, it just, there's from Festival of Art and yeah, various rides, Hollywood Studios, me meeting Mickey. Anyhow, and then I did these little books down here with the aristocrats and Mary Poppins. These are some of my favorite books. I remember reading them as a kid. These are little golden books. And then in here, I've tucked some photos as well. And then this is my favorite of all time. And this is me. She is currently working on three things: her life, her peace, and her next trip to Disney. I am her. She is me. I love that. I just love that. That is me. Then on the back side here, I share some more. This is me giving Mickey a hug. This is my absolute favorite. Like every time I go to Magic Kingdom, I go to Sleepy Hollow and get my Nutella waffle sandwich. It's a waffle with Nutella and then fresh berries. So good. It's bananas, blueberries, and strawberries. They actually took this away for a while and people were livid, like super upset. Kind of like if you know that they took away the hush puppies, people were like, bring back the hush puppies. So anyhow, yeah, this is Guardians, again, my favorite ride. This is me on it from the photo op there. And then this is my napping spot. Of course, this is closed right now. If you know, they're revamping it. They're going to add whole new scenes into it. But and I do like. I don't want to say that I don't like this, but it's dark in there, and it's like you've got your 20 some minutes of downtime, if you will. So yeah, magic. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably TMI, but I have a napping spot at each park. I know where to go if I need a quick nap. I'm old. Okay, what can I say? I don't know. I guess I get tired. It's probably the heat and so forth. But anyhow, sometimes I'm like, I just need a little nap. So anyhow, I said that's my napping spot. I gave it away. Um, this is another thing. I love the Disney Skyliner. It's probably my favorite transportation, that and the boats. But we usually try to stay in Boardwalk, Yacht, and Beach Club so we can walk to our favorite parks, which are Hollywood Studios and Epcot. But I like the Skyliner. It's just fun. Bus's least favorite, my least favorite. This is a tag that I just tucked into this little Mickey Mouse printable from Mickey Mouse Club. And I added my name down here, more quotes and so forth. My waffles, because I love waffles. There's Rapunzel. There's a photo of me meeting Tigger. I'll share. I love Tigger. He's so much fun. I mean, I love Chip and Dale too. I mean, I don't know. Donald is fabulous. Okay, I'll stop. And then this is a press penny and it has the year 2026. And so we do collect those, my daughter and I. And so we just got back and I want to share with you. We have got this one's really old. I just found that in my bag, my Disney bag. But yeah, so we try to get these when they update them. And especially because, now that pennies are no longer being made, I'm worried they won't make them anymore. But this is like a great souvenir. They're super flat and you can punch them, like punch holes in them and use them for charms, dangles, whatever you want. And they're just great little souvenirs to hand out too. So yeah, the press penny machine is fun and you can go to all the parks and the resorts and downtown Disney Springs and you can look it up and they'll tell you, like they have a little guide and it'll tell you what each machine has. So they're fun to collect and they do change. So like they just came out with the new one for the Muppets, rocking coaster, if you will. And those, I think, okay, this is probably TMI. I don't know if I have them in here, but this is villain. The one that they had prior like just for reference. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. So here's like, I don't know if you can see this, but this is Gonzo, and it says the Rock and Roller Coaster, and then below it says Muppets. But if you can see, it says under construction. So while it was under construction, it went from the Aerosmith to the Muppets. They had the special press pennies machine that they put in. So like I wanted all these because now it's gone. Like now they just have the actual Muppet um, ones. So they no longer have the under construction. So yeah. Anyhow, that's my little spiel to share with you. So yeah, I've got my trim because I love trim. And then up here, I do have my castle charm attached with a safety pin. Hopefully that'll stay secure. And then the very back, I just have a little saying here with Jiminy Cricket, just that, you know, goodbyes are not forever. And, you know, thanks again for basically doing this and it says until we meet again. And that's it. So that is my actual journal. And then let me share with you what's going to be my hopefully completed Disney junk journal charm when it comes back to me. So I have started it and I'm using a binder clip so it can be put on the front and taken off when you're working in it. And I have added this little instructions, if you will, just, you know, to add a charm, a bead or item to help me complete it. And then I have these alphabet beads that I use to spell out Disney and attach on there. And then this is just a game piece. It's a Mickey bar game piece. And then this is a bingo cardboard, like our chipboard Mickey bingo marker. And then down here is just a large Mickey bead. And then I added a bell because I like the sound of it. So yeah, that's getting clipped onto the front here. And because my book is already, you know, not flat, it's not going to stay flat, but it is what it is. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to be back and sharing with you all of the journals that I receive and the work that I do in them. And that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it, and take care. Bye.